decided not to.
Go ahead, bro.
What's good? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Mike and Ant podcast. I'm Ant. And I'm with my co-host, my boy, Mob Miz. What's good?
What's going on, my brother?
Man, just chilling. Just chilling.
I
We're
hear
gonna
that.
talk one of the upsets of this Thanksgiving weekend. The Bears go into Philly
Mm,
and lay the smack down on them. I mean, they put built to ass. And now the Bears are now the number 2 seed in the NFC. And depending on what happens with the Rams, they could jump to number one by the end of this weekend. But what are your thoughts on this game?
I'm kicking myself in the ass for picking the Eagles because I honestly knew the Bears would win this game. Um, I don't even think it's an upset. The Eagles just don't look good, and it all comes down to deficiencies at the quarterback position. And I don't know if Barkley's declining because I mean he looks the same sometimes, but sometimes he just can't get anything going. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. And
He,
if you go
my
ahead.
bad. I'm sorry to get you off. I was gonna say he is 28 now, so he's reaching that age where running backs tend to fall off. Even
Well,
though Derrick Henry's kind of beating that trend at 31.
yeah, I was gonna bring up Derrick Henry. He's like the modern day Frank Gore just on steroids.
Yeah, but most running backs they start to fall off at 30, and Saquon reaching almost at 30. He's getting
Yeah,
closer to it.
yeah. From what I'm seeing, it looks more like a O line problem
Mhm.
than a Saquon problem because I've seen Saquon as far as on his good plays doesn't look much different. Um, Change of scenery might help him, but as far as the Eagles, they just look like they're sinking ship. I have a funny feeling they'll be one and done this year in the playoffs, and next year there's going to be a lot of people wanting to run out of that building, starting with AJ Brown.
I'm about to say somewhere AJ Brown's like I told y'all to. So
Yeah,
yeah, we were winning. Yeah, we were winning, but I told y'all this ain't shit. Shit ain't sustainable.
yeah. So, um, the Eagles just look like a defeated team. This doesn't look like a real contender to me. Uh, Caleb didn't have to do much to beat them, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I was saying his name wrong. I think I was saying Monagai, and it's something similar, but Manungai. That's his name, Manungai,
Young
right?
guy,
Manungai.
he's African. You say that.
Yeah. Him and Swift both went over 100 yards. If you can do that, you gotta throw much. I think it was the third quarter. Caleb Williams had 94 passing yards, and both running backs were over 100. The
Yeah,
Eagles, like,
they really threw the ball when they needed to, but for the most part, they just ran it down Philly's throat because they couldn't stop the run.
yeah, and that's what it comes down to. I think some of these teams you change things when you don't have to. When they can't stop you, it's just about winning this one game. They can't stop you. Just hey, listen, hit the spam button. Run, 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 run. That's it. If they don't stop it, keep spamming it. It's not Madden where someone's gonna complain. It's all about winning and losing. So the Bears just look like the overall better team. On defense, on offense, they they stopped when I feel like when they stopped that tush push and caused the fumble, which no pun intended. The Rams did the same thing a few early in the season, and they didn't want to call it a fumble. Finally, they're calling it right. That's an absolute fumble. He's still fighting for more yardage. And when they got stopped on that tush push and he fumbled, and the refs called it that way and didn't say some bullshit like forward progress or something, the Eagles was done. That was defeated. You
Well,
know, so
yeah, and also too, they had no other choice but to call the fumble, and I thought it was smart by the Bears on that play because they just ran a corner to the side, and he just went like just walked over there and just grabbed the ball right out of Jalen Hurts' hand.
yeah,
It's
that's
like
all you
how
got to
come,
do.
yeah, it's like how come no other team thought about this before?
Yeah,
Just have a corner, just walk up because everybody's all in one area, so you can a corner because either just walk up and
yeah,
just grab the ball.
yeah. Just go. All you gotta do is focus on Jalen Hurts' arms. You hit them hard enough, the ball's coming out. That's all that matters. So I think not only did they mentally defeat them at that situation, I think the Eagles realized that play's over. in that once that play was done because I think Ben Johnson done whipped up something special for that ass where it's like everybody took notes.
Well, no,
Yep.
actually, I was watching the game. I was actually thinking about the Ben Johnson's former team, the Lions, because in that game, the Lions they had a lot of success running the ball, but for some reason, Dan Campbell just decided to stop running it, and he was going to throw it, and the offensive line couldn't hold up. Like Jared Goff had no time to throw the ball,
Yeah.
so and then also too going for it on fourth downs every fucking time when you could just kick a
And
field goal.
when we get into the Lions, boy, I'm about to rip him apart. I think it's time for him to go. If I was a Lions fan, I'd be throwing the firing out there because I think it's time. He's
But
he's he's
yeah,
over aggressive. He's holding it back right now.
yeah, he's doing way too much. But I think Ben Johnson looked at that and it's like, okay, we're gonna just run the ball because they struggle stopping the run. They couldn't stop Jameer Gibbs, so we should have a chance with our running backs. And then also too, he was smart. He wasn't overly aggressive. If they were in field goal range and
Took
it's
the
fourth
points.
down, take the point. And
Simple. It's
he was
not
smart.
science.
And like I said, Caleb, he didn't do much in this game, but he made timely throws when they needed it, especially that touchdown pass to Cole Kmet.
Yeah. And the end of the game, he did the bootleg to basically sell the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like Caleb didn't need to do much this game, and he showed us for the past 5, 6 weeks if he needs to do it, he could do it even in the last 2 minutes.
Well, yeah,
So
the Bears been winning all these close games at the last second.
yeah,
Today they didn't need to.
and
They
what
just
I what I tell you, what I tell you though, I said eventually those close games are gonna turn into blowouts, and they put it on prime time, and they did it to the Eagles. It was actually real good to see. Um, Still need to get DJ Moore involved more. I don't even care if you want to hand him off the ball 7 times a game. He needs to be involved there. But as
still I
far
still think Caleb because Roma Dunze has the most targets every game, and I know that's his boy, but I think he's starting to develop tunnel vision.
I think DJ Moore will be one of the guys that's on the market this offseason. And like I told you before, as a Rams fan, I'd love to have him. I think any other team would love to have him. He's arguably one of the best twos in the NFL, and he could be a one for most teams as well. But I like him in the slot. Like I want to keep Adams, throw him in. I'm pretty sure Tutu won't be back with the Rams. Like DJ Moore fits in right perfect right there. But if the Bears can get it together with him, um, he's vital in them wanting to be a real contender. So the tunnel vision to Roma Dunze I could maybe play out to cost them in the long run, but I told you though, any team that has a running quarterback is probably the Rams' worst fear. So the Bears is looking dangerous. I said this about 3 weeks ago. Right now, they're the team to worry about. Jalen Hurts can't throw. And I don't mean he can't throw like he can't make passes. Everyone in the NFL can. Bottom line is he can't line up, throw 40 passes and beat you. They won't win like that.
Well, we talked about it when everybody online was making a big deal about the players top 100. Everybody was mad that the players voted Jared Goff a top 10 quarterback and also voted him ahead of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
A lot of people online, thought the players were tripping, but you see what the players are saying. Like
Mm.
when it comes to actually playing the quarterback position, Goff is better, and that's why he was.
Yeah.
That's why the players voted for him ahead of
Goff,
Jalen.
Goff don't need a tush push 7, 8 times a game. Doesn't need that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that's like when your main reliance every time the worst part about that, and this is why I just can't respect the Eagles game. Um Saquon's the highest paid running back in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's making like 15 million a year.
Arguably one of the best in the NFL. Who
Yeah,
you ask? Um their O line up until this year, arguably one of the best in the business, right?
I mean, yeah, last year people were saying they're the best O line in the league,
Right. Jalen Hurts got paid, right?
right?
Your number one move every time you need a 2 yards or 1 yard or 3 yard is line up and run up someone's ass. I don't respect it, bro. What are you paying? What are you paying Barkley for? And if your line ain't blocking right, what are you paying them for? And if your quarterback is getting X amount of money, you don't trust him to throw once in a while, bro, your offense is pathetic. And that's the thing. Once you figure out how to stop their fourth and threes, their fourth and twos, their fourth and ones, whatever they do, or third and threes, fourth and ones, fourth and twos, they're garbage. And that's why AJ Brown don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? You see when you throw him the ball, what he could do. That pass that he scored the touchdown on had interception written all over it. Only reason that was a touchdown is because it was AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jalen Hurts is, to me, at this point, looking at him, he's a backup quarterback. He's no better than a Tyrod Taylor. He's just not. Tyrod Taylor might even have a better pass than him. So if you put Tyrod Taylor on the Eagles, I'm willing to bet money. Put him in a Hurts jersey, it would not look different. So if that's what you think a top 10 quarterback is, I advise you to go get your eyes checked. Anyone in the NFL can make a great pass once in a while, even the third string quarterback. That's why he's there. And Jalen Hurts isn't a starting quarterback. Jared Goff is a legit top 10 quarterback. So that comparison is just silly. It always was.
Well, I think Philly fans are tired of Jalen Hurts. They booed the shit out of him today.
Yeah, I mean, they're tired of seeing a running back lined up behind center. If that's the case, Saquon Barkley can do what you could do, and his legs are more dangerous. You might as well line him up at quarterback.
Yeah, I think at this point, Eagle fans rather see Tanner McKee.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, the bottom line is that other than Gilly the Kid, which I respect, that's one of my guys, but other than him, everybody else knows Jalen Hurts is probably arguably worse than some teams' backups. It's just the truth. And I love him as a person. Great kid, great guy, right? Not the guy you want playing for your starting NFL team. He's just not.
Nah, he's not. And I'll run off the stats here. Caleb Williams for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams has completed 17 and 36 passes, 154 yards. He had one touchdown, did throw one pick. Kyle Monanaga, he was their leading rusher with 22 carries, 130 yards, and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift also had 18 carries for 125 yards and a touchdown. Their leading receiver was Luther Burden. He had 4 catches for 33 yards. And then for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts completed 19 and 34 for 230 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, one pick. Saquon only 13 carries though for 56 yards. He didn't even get that many carries. And then AJ Brown was the leading receiver. He had 10 catches for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. So for I'll say this for the Bears, huge win. Like I said, they move up from the 3 seed to the 2 seed, and depending on what happens with the LA Carolina game, they could potentially be the number 1 seed when it's all said and done this weekend. But they have a huge game next week that could potentially decide that division when they play the Packers. And then, but for the Eagles, this loss is hurts because Dallas won yesterday. Now Dallas is only a game back. It was just a couple weeks ago we thought Philly was going to run away with this division. Now Dallas is going to make it competitive. So now they got Dallas snipping at their heels. So the Eagles, they got more problems.
Yep, that tie will come into effect.
Yeah, that tie the Cowboys have.
Yeah, it's about to come into play. So we'll see how it goes. But with that being said, let them know where to find us and on to the next, my brother.
Yeah, so you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, and Amazon Music. And you can also follow us on X/Twitter. For me, at Expected Ant. And then for Mike, it's Mob Squad 508. Also, to scan the QR code. And when you do, type in Mob Squad 508 and you get 10% off on all Doobie Energy.
Absolutely, bro. Well, let's get to this next one, my brother. Talk to you soon.
All right, peace.